Hello again there, dear viewer, and thanks again for popping into the Trails in the Sky, the second chapter. Huzzah! We are halfway through our investigation into the threatening letters case, which you may recall from a few episodes ago. You know, after we returned from the villa having found Ren, we came to town to check out what's going on right now, and the real case we gotta deal with is a bunch of threatening letters sent to various parties trying to intimidate them to call off the non-aggression pact signing. Yes. Also, we are trying to find Ren's parents, the Hayworths? I forget, they mentioned the dad's name at least last time, but I've once again blanked on it, sadly. So, yeah, we're trying to find Ren's missing parents, who might have also bumbled about town at these spots. You know, possibly connected. No, that's crazy speculation. Let's not say anything that crazy. I'm sure they have nothing to do with this threatening letter case, no. So we've checked off the Grandsel Castle, where we met the Queen herself, and the head's maid Hilda, to follow up on these leads. The Hayworths were at the castle, apparently, so that's interesting. And we popped into the Calvardian embassy, where we met Ambassador Elsa Cochran, who, you know, interesting little drama here. Like, she actually does not support the signing of the non-aggression pact. She's pretty anti-Erebonia, so like she's not really feeling it, interestingly enough. But she's going along. She's not going into business for herself, to use wrestling lingo there. And also the Hayworth's parents had not been at that embassy, apparently. So, yeah. So that leaves us two spots to visit, the Erebonian Embassy and the Liberal News Service. Both of these spots we tried to go to earlier, but the game was like, no, go do these other first spots first. So, okay, fine. I think, if I understood correctly, the news we're saving last, so we should pop into the Erebonian Embassy now, shall we? Let's see how this goes. Yep, that's how this goes. Go. Yeah, there we go. Oh, hello again. Lord Ambassador Krenner and Major Vander just returned.
Ah, perfect timing.
Can we go in then? Sure. Welcome to the Erebonian Embassy. Do remember that the embassy is Erebonian soil, so be careful, yeah? I was gonna say, like, the people at Calvard warned us about being careful on, you know, because this is technically foreign ground. So, I'm certainly glad that the Erebonians were also on point about the security here. Very good. We will be. Alright, let's go see what it's like in the Erebonian embassy. About as stately as the Calvardian one was. In fact, this feels a little bit more ostentatious just by virtue of being a much wider space, this central space. Like, the Calvardian embassy had a bit of a lodge energy to it. Like, it was grand, but a little bit more compact. Now we're, like, got this ridiculous, Baroque, manor house, like, foyer here. Oh boy.
This is quite the building.
Whoa! This place definitely matches the Calvardian embassy in terms of fanciness. Grandiose, and yet powerful at the same time. It's very imperial, if nothing else.
It is a stage upon which the Empire can parade its influence and power. Alas, that the actors are unequal to the set dressing.
Oh, that's interesting. Ooh, I bet I know who this is. So I'm gonna just make a quick guess with the voice here, you know. Although I hate when the game's like, someone's voice, try to figure it out, you know. Well, they didn't expect someone to actually be reading all the lines with goofy voices, so I can't really, wag my finger at them too much, but obviously I'm frustrated when it usually happens, but got a good idea who this is.
You realize Lord Krenner would hit the roof if he heard you say that.
Yeah! Major Vander, Mueller, I think? Maybe? I don't remember his first name. Can you be called Mueller Vander? That doesn't make much sense. I don't know.
Ah, my most bosom companion. It has been an age. Are you well, dear Mueller?
Oh, I did remember correctly. Mueller Vander. Alright. I guess that can be a person's name.
I would be better if I could cut you in half and be done with it. I told you again and again to ensure we're constantly aware of your location, and you...
Ah, but 'tis a tactic in the war of love. Did you know? Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Estelle Bright, you have my thanks. I can only imagine the trouble this idiot's been causing you.
Well, actually, he hasn't been too bad, I guess. He's been really well-mannered, comparatively.
Well, ignoring the lunatic, I presume you have business here at the embassy.
Yes, sir. We would like to speak to the ambassador. Estelle explained her desire to meet with the ambassador concerning the letter.
That letter, right. I'd been somewhat concerned myself, but I'm surprised the guild is acting. This is a request from Brigadier General Bright and the Royal Army, I take it.
Technically, yes, but we're trying to investigate it as neutrally as we can, you know? Nobody's guilty till proven, that kind of thing.
A commendable mindset. No doubt why he chose you. Very well, I shall introduce you to Lord Ambassador Krana. I suspect you'll find it easier to gain his trust if I do the introductions as opposed to a certain someone.
Really? Thanks, Mueller.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Wait. You really have so little faith in me?
You, thought we had faith in you for this? That might be the coldest line Estelle has said in either of these games. That's awesome. That's hilarious. That's amazing. And her expression, too.
If you introduced us, he'd probably want to have us kicked out.
Sorry, Olivier.
Ah! The sting of being forsaken!
The sting of the truth, maybe. Lord Krana is in his office on the second floor. I shall go announce your arrival. Give me a moment.
We'll wait, then. Huh, do we not get to wander around this time? The Calvardians were so nice enough to let us snoop about, but... Oh, no, we apparently were gonna get it. I wonder if we get a penalty if we don't just stand around here. Oh, I can't help my curious nature, though. We gotta have a go. Oh, hey! It's been a while, Olivier. Are these your guests?
Indeed, one could call them guests, but I'm more inclined to think of them as my soulmates. Our days spent together have been so tender, so sweet. I feel to merely call this force love does a disservice to our bond. Is that not so, Estelle?
My. Wait, does that mean you've dumped Mueller? My head hurts. I think I'm starting to understand Mueller's suffering. You're only now beginning to understand. Good heavens. It's been pretty evident for a while now since we've known this guy. I'd say all the way back from... Haken Gate, you know? I think that's where we first bumped into the guy, I think. Definitely was in Bose. Yeah, it wasn't the Bose chapter, for sure. But, yeah. The closest imperial city to Libelle borders is a place called Parme. I'm actually from there, by the way. It's close to Bose, which makes it convenient to return home for visits. Of course, it's not so convenient to visit the imperial capital from there. There aren't any public scheduled liners in Erebonian, so I have to switch over to the railway system. Interesting. Good lore. I bet these kind of moments are why it's great to then play the later games, because Cold Steel is set in Erebonia, so you actually get to see, like, the rail systems and this town of Parm, possibly, and you can be like, I remember when this was dropped all the way back in Trails in the Sky.
Hey, Olivier. I heard you went to the hot springs. I'm so envious. I've been working until I'm dead on my feet getting ready for the sighting ceremony.
Counselor Alfred. Ooh, lovely library they have appointed here. Oh. All the books in this room were published in Liberal. To learn about someone's nation, start with their culture. You're free to read them, but please put them back where you found them once you're done. Oh man, remember there was like a giant book collection in the Calvard Embassy, I think? Is there a similar one here? Oh, there's something. This shelf holds the Carnelia series. Oh boy, yeah, let's put a button on that as well. It's not as long as the Doll Knight, I think it was, but like 11 chapters is a bit too much for me to have story time right now. Sorry, fellas. Alright. So this is the office? Wow.
Indeed. Shall we make our grand entrance and shock the ambassador into silence?
Mueller can totally cut you in half, you know.
I apologize for the wait. Lord Cranna will see you now.
Let's go, then. I think I talked about this when we met Mueller way earlier in the second chapter, but it's interesting how chill the guy is after the little bit of scare about Jaegers in the prologue in La Local. You know, like, the guys, the other bracers were all like, you know, like, you gotta be careful when you bump into, like, Jaegers when abroad. Like, they're our rivals, and they're gonna be really dangerous. But then, you know, Mueller's like, yeah, so I'm a Jaeger, but we don't have any beef right now, so he's being a really chill guy. It's an interesting, like, little character contrast, character building kind of thingy. I like it.
Welcome to the Erebonian Embassy, guests. I am Lord Davil Cranna, the duly appointed ambassador and voice of the Empire in this land.
As I pointed out last time when we bumped into Cochrane, I know we saw these guys for like one short scene way early in the second chapter, but I sadly don't remember the voice I made for them, so I'm just kind of winging it with like, okay, well if I had to voice a character like this, then let's go with this, you know. So I have to apologize. You'll have to forgive me for, you know, the discrepancy here in voices, I guess. I'm Estelle Bright of the Bracer Guild.
Zidvathic, also of the guild.
I'm Chloe Rins, second-year student at the Genus Royal Academy and assistant to the Bracers. And nothing else, definitely.
And I am the servant of love and peace, Olivier Lenheim. Ugh, you. I'd heard you'd gone missing in Elmo Village. Try not to worry Mueller further, Olivier. Or me, for that matter. Such a strict dressing down. Much more, and I'll have to lose my jacket. Setting that aside, you are here to inquire about the threatening letter, yes? What do you want to know?
Okay, I'll be direct, sir. Do you have any idea who might be behind the letter? Is there anybody in the Empire who might oppose the signing of the pact?
My, you are direct, young Bracer. I appreciate that. I can tell you truthfully, however, that I can think of no such person. His Majesty is very happy with the pact as it stands, in fact. And no one within the Empire would be foolish enough to gainsay his leadership on such a matter, of course.
Yeah, I bet. An interesting, like, you know, contrast to the Calvardian who, like, talked about, you know, democracy and, like, elected officials, and here it's like, yeah, we got an absolute monarch and we do what the guy says. Technically. So it's like, yeah, wow. Fascinating. So you think it's the work of someone outside the Empire, then?
What other answer could there be? If you want my opinion, it's the opposition party in Calavad behind all this. Some silly ploy to make the president look bad, no doubt. Opposition! Doing whatever it pleases. This is a perfect example of the fallacies of mob rule.
Oh wow, they're going even deeper what I was just talking about. Now they're just bad-mouthing each other's political systems. This is really crazy. I wasn't expecting political intrigue 101, you know. I guess I should have, given that we're dealing with a non-aggression pact signing, but this is really elaborate.
Huh. I have to question that, your lordship. Don't get me wrong, our major political parties basically beat each other over the head anytime they can, but even if the pact fell apart due to this, I don't think anyone could blame it on President Rocksmith. Details. You think the mob thinks like that? Ha! All I can say for certain is that the person issuing these threats cannot be from our empire. That should be more than enough assurance for you.
Well,
Excuse me, Lord Krana? May I ask what Chancellor Osborne's opinion of the non-aggression pact is?
who?
What? Flawless riposte, Chloe.
Who? Yeah, I'm on Estelle's boat here. What?
The highest appointed official of our most glorious and august imperial government. The Blood and Iron Chancellor, Gileath Osborne.
The Blood and Iron Chancellor. Who boy, I'm putting money down right now that guy's gonna be... Like, he's gonna be the bad guy in the Cold Steel games, right? Like, I'm making this, like, crazy... Like, pitch with the guess here. Like, several games before I'll ever play them, I'm gonna be like, you know what? You got a guy called the Blood and Iron Chancellor in the Erebonian Empire. He's probably gonna be the bad guy. Good heavens.
His nickname comes from his personal motto. Our nation's peace must be built on a foundation of blood and iron. He has overseen the expansion of the rail system, as well as the annexation of several smaller states on our borders through less than diplomatic means.
Annex? Wait, you mean he...
Olivier! How can you criticize your empire's chancellor?
Hey, you know who started as a chancellor before becoming, something else entirely? Wah, wah. Alright, you know what? Let's just carry on.
Oh, but Davil, how was I criticizing? I simply stated the facts. But come now, it wouldn't hurt to be a bit more cooperative, no? We've already spoken with the lovely Ambassador Cochrane over at the Calvardian Embassy. She was quite helpful, you see. What? Why, if we don't help these people now, it will give them cause to doubt the character of Erebonia. That would be a tragedy, wouldn't you agree?
My Lord Krana, there's no need to keep information related to this hidden. May I humbly suggest that being open in this case will not present a problem.
You have a point, Mueller. Very well. To answer your question, miss, Chancellor Osborne, like His Majesty, is most receptive to this pact. In fact, I hear he is actually the one who suggested His Majesty should sign it.
Huh. That's a curious thing from a guy who goes around annexing neighboring nations.
Really?
That's because he's looking forward to getting the engine, right?
No. Apparently he recommended it to His Majesty before any mention of the engine. If anything, I'm glad there is harmony at home over this pact. There's been no pressure for us to negotiate. Hate to say it, Estelle, but it's looking like there really isn't any chance it's someone from the Empire.
Yeah, looks that way. Ambassador, thanks a lot for answering our questions.
Huh. See? It is as I said. If you're looking for the guilty party, you should look elsewhere.
Oh, but, one sec. Oh my god, this is not gonna endear us with this dude. He's pretty, straight to the point, you know? If you don't mind, we have one more question. Estelle asked Lord Crana about Ren's parents.
Yes, a most pitiable situation. The separation of a child from her parents. Imperial traders do visit the embassy at times, but... a merchant from Crossbell? I do not recall such a man, no.
Interesting, I didn't even think about this, but, they mentioned that Crossbell has claims from both Erebonia and Calvard, right? It's on the border, and apparently both of them dispute who it belongs to. Although it sounds like Crossbell's kind of like a independent city-state kind of thing, wasn't Gdansk like that? Like before World War II? I think or some place in Poland was like that, in modern-day Poland. So it's kind of got the same energy then. Yeah, I do wonder, if the Hayworths are from Crossbell, and if there might be some Spy Family shenanigans going on. Yes, much before Spy Family. I know, I'm not implying that this game ripped off from it. No. It's entirely possible that the Hayworths might have beef with Erebonia or Calvard, so either of them could be a target, interestingly enough. Well, we'll just have to see where this goes.
Are you familiar with this Hayworth, Mueller?
No, I've never heard of the man either.
Really? This is starting to look kind of grim.
To search at once for both a blackmailer and a lost child's parents sounds most trying. It may seem trite, but I do wish you luck, young lady.
Thanks, Mr. Lord Crana.
Allow me to show you to the gates, then.
Oh, apparently we do still get to wander around here, though.
The path of the Bracer continues to prove itself a harsh one indeed. Several months ago, I'd received reports concerning the Bracer Guild. Various branches have been attacked in my country, one after the other. Given that you're Bracers yourselves, I fear that you may be an easy target for whoever is responsible. I wish you and your fellow Bracers well. Do not lose hope.
Huh. Man, now I'm starting to feel a little confused by all the warnings we got about the Jaegers. Because now I hear that the Bracers just straight up have offices in Erebonia, which is where the Jaegers are from. So I'm a little confused. Oh, look at that, Mueller's hanging out behind us. Yeah. I imagine you must be having a difficult time trying to find the culprit. Though I suppose if there were some clue, any clue at all, we wouldn't be in the position we're in now. Still, don't hesitate to let us know if we can be of assistance. Thanks, Chief. Okie doke. Oh wow, time has passed. Thanks, Mueller. Talking with the ambassador was a big help.
No, you don't need to thank me. I didn't do anything important, really. Besides, this is a problem affecting all our nations. We should be working together.
Huh, indeed.
I do hope we can solve this. Ooh, yeah, interesting that he's so serious. Huh? Olivier, you're awfully quiet.
It's nothing. I was simply lost in reverie for a moment. It Doesn't concern our current business. Pay me no mind.
Okay.
Olivier, you'll be staying here at the embassy in the evenings while you're here in council, yes?
Where else? I would not miss the chance to have more sweet dreams in your bed, as always.
What? Oh my.
Stop with the jokes before you give the ladies too many ideas and images. Push those jokes too far, and I may have to spear you up on the embassy flagpole.
Ah, so that's the direction I should approach from. You teach me more every day.
That seemed like a joke, a caliber above even what this game and its, dalliances with some risque humor would do. Wow, okay. I'm ready to move on, thanks. Good job, Olivier. Now even me, the player outside the game, is uncomfortable with this scene.
Alternatively, I could just cut you in half right here. I am fairly sure I could explain it to Lord Cranna.
That would be rather less lovely. Forgive the joke, my friend.
So, that's how you keep Olivier under control. Maybe I should write this down. It's too bad we have a spear. It's not spear, staff. We can't really cut anybody down with that, but...
I'd say they match each other perfectly myself.
That's a terrifying thought. Well, regardless, I shall pardon myself here. Good luck with the rest of your investigation.
Thanks again, Mueller. Okay, well, that's us at the embassy then.
Evening already. Time does fly when you're having fun.
Niall should be back by now, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Alright, let's get over to that newspaper.
That's about all we can do right now, unless now the game has decided that we can swing outside town, because I didn't mention this at the start of the episode, but I do, of course, have that one side quest I'm investigating. Another game of Blancs. Yep, not doing that yet either. So, instead, let's on-swing by the newspaper. See if we can find something out over there. Yeah. Liberal News Service. That's the right building, yeah. Well, I enjoyed my time at the Erebonian embassy, both embassies. They were really interesting, and the boiling up intrigue is fascinating. There's Niall. Should we talk to the editor guy first? Be polite,
Oh, Estelle! Niall just got back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's upstairs in the reference room. That expression's one he wears when he didn't get a scoop.
Okay, well, let's see if we can brighten up his day. There he is! Hey, Niall! Hello!
Who in the hell? Well, what do you know? You guys, how you doing?
Good day, Niall.
Pardon our intrusion.
No, it's that Bard guy, and...
Your Highness, good day to you, yeah.
Oh, Niall is one of the people who's in on the secret? I forgot that part. Okay. Was he was he locked up with the others at the villa? Is that how he found out about the secret? I don't remember anymore, but sure. Okay.
You even have Zin the Immovable of Calvard with you. You got kind of a gang going here, Estelle.
A lot of stuff's happened since we met last. How'd your coverage of the election in Rouen go?
Damn well, that's how. Got the article done thanks in part to you guys. Speaking of, what brings you by today? Got a hot scoop for your old buddy Niall?
Huh, that's weird. The editor-in-chief said that he didn't have anything cooking right now, but he apparently got the election covered. Oh, well, maybe he was like, maybe that's been a while ago and now he's stuck in a rut. I don't know. Well, actually, we're the ones who'd like to know something. It's usually how this always goes, huh? We come to him when we need help from him. It's not really that we've ever actually ran over to him to provide a scoop, now is it? We heard the Liberal News received a threatening letter.
You guys are investigating that thing? I figured the military would have been taking care of that one.
We're working on requests from the military, actually. So, do you know anything?
Well, I just got back to the capital, so I don't know much. To be honest, I'd like to hear what you guys know, if anything.
That's real helpful, Niall.
Come now, you're a newsman, a hound for a good story. Surely you must have a clue as to who our villain is.
I don't have time for this.
That's a bit impolite, you two. Niall, I know this is a lot to ask. But please, if you know anything at all, share it with us, please.
Yeah, I knew it. He can't resist the princess.
Whoa, hey, Your Highness. You don't need to lower your head to me. For crying. Fine. Okay, so, this is off the record, but we ain't the only ones who got a letter. Not even close. Leiston Fortress got one, then the Cathedral, the Airship Company, the Hotel Rowanbaum, and then both embassies, Gransel Castle and the Herb Royal Villa all got one too.
We knew all about those, except was the villa ever mentioned?
There were 9 letters in total. Something wrong?
Niall? We heard that from the military already.
What? Damn it! That was my big scoop for the day.
Doesn't look like we're gonna get much out of this.
This is an interesting subversion, You thought that, they're forcing us to come here last. You think that, they're gonna throw down, the big bombshell at this discussion that, cracks this case, or, the big next lead. So it's kind of interesting to have, this moment of, oh, yeah, no. We're stumped. Yeah, time to move on, I think.
No, you just wait 1 second, Missy. You keep talking like that and Niall Burns, star reporter for the Liberal News, is gonna have a name worth a pile of crap. Alright. Let me let you in on my take of this whole mess.
Well, okay.
Yeah, you may want to be brief, Mr. Burns.
Fine, listen up. Here's the short of it. My gut tells me this is some kind of huge prank. The threats aren't real.
We thought of that too.
You sound awfully sure, though. Mind telling us why you're so convinced?
Okay, trick is, I've covered terrorist threats like this before, right? But with this, there's no reality to the threat.
I said reality really weirdly, but what are you gonna say? Reality?
Threats only work and have power if they describe, or at least imply, something nasty that's gonna happen, see? These letters have exactly none of that.
Mr. Burns does have a point. Disaster will be visited upon you does not offer much in the way of a specific terror.
I don't know. This seems like a real reach. Seems like threat letters by terrorists can be pretty vague, so I don't know.
Exactly. I've got a hunch this isn't about stopping the signing ceremony at all.
It's a smoke screen? That's interesting. Could that really be the case?
This is more about getting people worked up over a threat, and then sitting back and watching the fireworks.
I see. That's kind of a good point.
There is some sense behind it. I'm still bothered by the fact that so many letters were sent, though. And each and every one was sent to a place involved with the ceremony.
Yes, for a prank, whoever did this seems to know a lot about what's happening.
That does seem kind of true, on the surface. Think about it, though. All that info would be pretty easy to find with a little digging. Hell, I knew about those places weeks ago. Anyway, I'm gonna be working this on the assumption that it's a prank. Maybe you guys should stick to your guns about it being a real threat, and we can compare notes later, huh?
Yeah, good idea. Thanks, Niall. That actually helped a lot. No, it didn't. This is the worst one so far. And it's fascinating that it is, but again, it is the worst one.
Darn right it did. Just stop by if you want to swap stories. I'll be sitting around here until the pact's signed.
Okay. Oh, speaking of sitting around here, I don't see Dorothy anywhere.
Ah, right. She's off working the Bose region. I sent her to snag some photos.
What, for a special of some kind?
Yeah, related to the Royal Army. You remember that old fort the Sky Bandits were using as a base, right? The ones you guys busted? The Army decided those rats had the right idea and have claimed and repurposed it as a trading facility.
Oh, that's interesting.
They're running airship pilot training out of there now.
Oh, okay. Neat. Sounds like a setup for us going into that place again, a second time as a dungeon. We'll have to see how it goes. So she went off to get coverage of the base then?
That's the idea, yeah. I was a little worried about sending her out on her own, but gotta do it sometime.
Dorothy out on her own, huh? Scary. Oh, wait! Ugh, duh. Speaking of girls out on their own, that's what I thought Estelle was bringing up a second ago, not Dorothy, but, yeah.
What's up?
Estelle explained the situation with Wren's parents.
Harold Hayworth, a trader from Crossbell. Never heard of the guy. Pretty sure he's never been in our classifieds. Or our wanted column either.
Figures.
But hey, this is part of the job, right? If you guys are totally stuck, I'll help you out. We can put him up in the classifieds if you want. I even have a few people in Crossbell I could poke.
Thanks, Niall. You're way more reliable than I thought you'd be. I think I need to upgrade my opinion of you.
Of course you do. Wait a minute, what do you mean? Was I not reliable before?
Just kidding.
Alright, let's get back to the guild house then. Sherazard should be back by now. Hopefully, yes.
Thank you again, Niall.
It was no big. Come by again anytime.
Alrighty.
I spent all day walking around, but I got a big load of nothing. I hope Dorothy managed to find something.
Yeah, no. It's unfortunate that I feel super stuck in this sitch, but, like, it's kind of cool that they subverted expectations a little bit, you know? By being like, yeah, no, we saved this just for last. For nothing. Except the whole, like, maybe it is a prank angle, which is an interesting suggestion. Anyway. It's already pretty late. Let's get back to the guild. Okay, they updated the dialogue, but we're still not allowed to leave the town, which doesn't shock me particularly. So let's get back to the guild, as mentioned. Figure things out there.